Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm just gonna start off by saying I did not plan to do this video. It was just a spur of the moment because, to be honest, I woke up in a feeling of turmoil, and that's because of what I'm going through in my personal life. It's weird to say personal life for me, to be honest, because I'm not that special. And why I say that is it's tough for me when it comes to privacy because I have the understanding that no human being is that significant to be the only one going through a certain experience. There's so many others that when we share our stories, it allows us to share the grief or whatever the energy might be amongst each other to find some peace or safe space among each other to relate. But yeah, man, I'm not feeling the best, to be honest. My energy is in a ball of melancholy, I would say, right now. That being said, the fact that I am in this energy and I've been strongly feeling a push to make this video and speak about what I'm gonna speak about, there might be some importance to it. A lot of things happen in life, we don't know why, but a lot of the times we also need to just go along with what we're feeling and what's being told to us to create the answer to that why later on, because time is linear. Past, present, and future is mixed together, right? And there's a big importance in knowing that, because your messages and lessons, your blessings and lessons could be simultaneously scattered amongst those different time periods. And it's for you to find out when, who, what, where, and how, why. You digs? So when it comes to being an artist, I think it's very interesting how we translate what we're going through and dealing with on the inside. So I'm not one of those artists who, when I'm feeling angry, I'll try to visually create something to display that, or sad, I'll try to display that, or happy, I'll display that. And when it comes to channeling the creativity, there's something I realize, and that's that not everything you create is for you. If not, majority of it is never for you. When you come to realize that you aren't that significant and your life isn't your own, things happen to and for you just to become a testimony for someone else out there. So it literally has nothing to do with you, even though you are the tool or the portal to bring that essence of a lesson down into the reality, right? People ask me, why am I so good at drawing? How and when did I start drawing? I always tell them the same answer. Ever since I was a kid, and I realized I can take my finger, a stick, or a rock to create an image in the ground or wherever, just like scratch an image into something. I always thought it was super freaking cool to be able to duplicate something that you see or manifest something out of your mind and then just make it so tangible, bro. Like, even to this day, it's still cool. Like, we are the original robots. We're just organic robots. Being asked that question so much, it has also led me to a place of speaking to myself and asking myself about the origin of my drawing capabilities. And that led me to also asking the question, did I pick up the craft due to trauma? Now, I believe there's good trauma and bad trauma. Bad trauma obviously shapes you to possibly make bad decisions to keep self safe, and then good trauma to me is like seeing something that inspired you. Like, good trauma is like inspiration to me. It drives you to do the same thing that you saw that fills you up with light, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I had to ask myself if I used the craft as escapism as a child, and it eventually became my superpower. Now, like I said, no one's that significant, so I'm pretty sure a majority of artists, we do this. It's not just from a place of being whimsical, and it's not just when it comes to drawing or painting. All art forms, I'm pretty sure a lot of us use it as escapism. It's such a weird topic because there's so many perspectives and feelings attached to it. And I'm surprised that I'm able to speak as a tad bit uppity as I am right now based on what I'm feeling, because man, I'm not gonna lie, like, the way I feel is so terrible right now. And it's funny, man, when I speak, I come to realize that it's tough for me to speak about something on one side because I can always see two sides, and then it makes me want to say everything is subjective. Because yes, I can say how I'm feeling is terrible, but in hindsight, it could be one of the greatest feelings because it will push me subconsciously and in a way that I have no idea is happening to greatness. I know you guys have been seeing me post And you guys probably think, man, this guy is freaking consistent. This is awesome. Like, how does he do it? But little do you guys know it's coming from a place of melancholy, man. Not majority of the times, but I feel as if even if you aren't feeling sad, just the experience of feeling sadness, when it passes, you still have the memory of the experience, and you might use that to transform it into something beautiful. But that beautiful could still be perceived as something dark. Everyone sees stuff different, and it affects you differently because it's meant for you in that way. And when we talk about the starving artist, that's something very funny to me because it is a thing. But majority of the time, we don't care of ourselves being broke as artists. We just care about what's able to be translated from the inside, because a lot of us have the understanding that it's for the world. As artists, we're the ones who create the world anyways, visually. We're the ones who started writing words, architecture, building what you see around you. People who like gardening, they're artists as well. Like, they visually create a safe space for the flowers to bloom so that you can be awed by them. It's such a graceful thing. Now, I'm not trying to confine the greatness to only visual artists. You have people who do music and a whole bunch of other things. And in a sense, all those could be considered visual too, because in a way we see our emotions. We might confine it to only saying we feel it, but we're seeing it because it affects the psyche and how you see, correct? And music, just to use an example, creates emotions, different feelings, which affects how you see the world. So yeah, man, everyone has their superpower and some acknowledgement to hold and is observed under a place of needing to be validated and appreciated, which is completely fine. I think that's a part of the trippy human experience and what makes us the universe. All our verses, opinions come together to make one essence of a species. And without the other verses, the union of the verses to make the universe wouldn't be as significant. So everything plays a part because we all know everything is connected in all ways, shapes, and forms. And I'm not really sure why I wanted to make this video, but like I said, there has to be some worth in it, whether it is for me along with someone else. But time is relevant. Time is the biggest teacher. And that being said, there's guaranteed a lesson in this. I don't know if the way I'm speaking sounds a bit glitchy or like kind of like woo-woo. But I don't know, man. It wasn't easy for me to be that fluent making this video, like my words, because I am feeling so much, like I said. But if you did make it this far in the video, you're awesome. You're a great human being. And that's because you chose to empathize. And even if you didn't choose to, you still are for some reason. That's why you're sitting here. That's the only thing I can imagine. You're getting something unique from this. Because you could have just been like, the heck is wrong with this dude? No one cares. He needs to just toughen up and just get through what he's getting through. But dude, like, the big problem with us as a people is we mind our business too much by ourselves. We pay attention to our business too much by ourselves. As human beings, we're not meant to be like that. We're supposed to share because, like I said before, it creates that safe space for us to relate, which allows you to feel more human. And it will affect your perception of what's around you and inward when it comes to your existence. So yeah, man, once more, you're very awesome. I really appreciate you. And if you do know me, even better. And if you don't know me, that's even more and more better, dude, because you don't really have reason, but you chose to get to this far in the video. I hope this video was helpful in some way because I opened up just a tad bit, a little bit of transparency and vulnerability. I hope it was inspiring in some way, shape, or form. And if you would like to leave an opinion in the comments, that would be muchly appreciated always, because like I said, us sharing amongst each other is everything, dude. And time is relevant. Past, future, present, all simultaneously happening. So you can say something now and it literally could like help me out or whoever else is in the comments like 5 years from now, 2 years from now, just by looking back, or it could instantly click something for us to propel ourselves into the future with whatever we're dealing with as a group. thank you for listening. I hope you stay blessed and stay safe wherever you are. And as always, like, share, comment, and subscribe because it would help me, which will help to build a community and help me to do a lot more cool stuff when it comes to the channel, because yeah, that's just how this thing works. And if you're on YouTube, you should know how the thing works. So yeah, man, thank you once more. I'm always gonna be grateful for whoever watches my videos. Stay tuned for more art projects, and ciao.